Hey folks, this is Riker, here to talk to you about Dragonheir Silent Gods, a dark fantasy strategy RPG available on both PC and mobile. We're going to thank Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check the link in the description to download the game and try it out. You'll get to participate in the Account Appraisal and pre-summon events for extra goodies. Also a note, in the US, the game is relaunching under a new name, Dragonstride Legacy Reborn. That's going to be on the App Store and Google Play. If you play on Steam like me, it'll still be known as Dragonheir Silent Gods. Now, for those who know me for a while, you know that hero collector games are my weakness, and this is a hero collector game, but it really differentiates itself from what else is out there. It presents you with a sandbox world to explore. There's like a main quest line to follow, a lot of different side quests you can choose to engage with, various kinds of puzzles to engage with, some of which are riddles. They're going to be brain teasers. Also, the combat is grid-based. You choose where to position your heroes on a grid, and their different attacks and powers and ultimates might have different areas on that grid. And it all feels kind of grounded in the DNA of like Dungeons and Dragons. Right from the start, when you're creating your character, you get your standard attribute points, and the numbers represent what they do in D&D if you play D&D. So, a 12 is going to give you a +1 bonus. And throughout gameplay, there are instances where you do make die rolls to either pass, fail at different things. So I built myself up a dwarf. I blasted strength. I got constitution. I have a perk that gives me advantage in drinking situations. So I actually found an instance where I could go to a bar, get into a drinking contest with someone, and really benefit from what I've stacked all my stats to do. Now, with this relaunch comes a massive update that's rolling out to everyone in the world, and it is aimed at making the game more user-friendly, tons of quality of life improvements, and just overall ramp up the fun. Now, if you are a returning US player, US players can once again access the game now. There's no more region lock, no more account removals. And as a reminder, in the US, you'll now find it under the name Dragonstride. And in fact, on the official website, they have this new tool, an account appraiser, that's going to basically be able to take a look at your old account. It's going to assess that account and then let you start off with a new account with a ton of summons available to help get you back on track. Specifically, veteran US players will be eligible to earn up to 15,000 Wyrmarrow, depending on your previous account, and that's the equivalent of 150 summons. Additionally, new players will be eligible to win 4,800 Wyrmarrow, depending on the quality of the screenshots provided, which is the equivalent of 48 summons. Now, we all know that summoning heroes is a huge part of these kinds of games. You summon heroes via two means. You have Starlight Stone dice and you got Heliolite dice. Heroes have different rarities, and the Heliolite dice in this game give you better chances of the higher rarity ones. But between both of these dice, I've been summoning so many heroes. You're rewarded with so many of these dice by going around, doing all the side quests, opening all the little secret chests, finding all the secret things. But otherwise, of course, you could buy them in the store. And one thing that they've done with this relaunch is massively reduce the prices of these Heliolite dice. These used to cost $350, they're down to just $100 now, and you earn these red crystals through gameplay as well. They've also buffed the pity system that guarantees you a legendary hero. It now kicks in almost 50% faster. My heroes, I just hit level 50. I've already got 3 of these legendaries. Plus, after 300 draws with Heliolite dice, you are guaranteed to get the limited banner character. But overall now, it's just so much easier to get heroes. They've increased the rate at which epic and rare heroes drop. And if you get a duplicate hero, you instead get some kind of consolation prize. They've upped the consolation prize as well. Plus, they always have either in-game events or off-platform events where you can earn free champions, even legendary heroes, plus other summoning equipment, all kinds of stuff. Now, as I said, they also have a pre-summons event going on. You can visit the webpage here where you can be eligible to earn up to 250 free summons with 3 guaranteed legendary heroes in there. Now, that's 3 guaranteed legendary heroes, but you can get even more than that if you do the full 250 summons. Basically, on this website, you're going to simulate a bunch of 10-pull summons, and you can select which ones you want to lock in as your results. And then when you bring this in-game, you're going to get a code generated. You're going to import that code into your game. And then when you do Heliolite summons in-game, it's going to correspond to the results that you picked. So it's like reading a crystal ball, picking your fortune, and then importing that into the game, and those will be your results. They've also made some insane progression upgrades here. Let me talk about the resonance system. So normally in these kind of games, in these hero collector games, right, you level up your champions individually. With resonance, you are just leveling up all of them together. So anytime you get a new champion, it's going to be whatever your resonance level is. I love this system Because so often in these games, it's like, okay, well, I'm leveling up my main hero. I've got my stable of like, my couple reliable guys. I have maybe one or two specific use cases for different encounters. But then it's like, I get a new champion. I want to try him out, but oh man, he's like so low level compared to my other guys. Now it's so easy to just mix and match, try out combinations. Honestly, this is how it ought to be. This is how all of these games should do it. They've also added something that just unlocks at level 50, so I've just started doing it, a hero talent system, and every hero has their own little different talent tree. So you start off with some basic improvements, and then you pick different branches to further specialize into. They've also added a new bond system for hero synergy. So all these champions, right, all these heroes have various different categories. They have different types of damage that they deal, but they also have different classifications. So in my lineup right here, I have 3 support heroes and I have 2 summoning heroes. So with 2 summoning heroes, you automatically summon a Dark Flame Phoenix, and if I would have 3 in my party, I would summon a stronger Dark Flame Phoenix. For having 3 support heroes, I have 15% max HP shield. All allies gain a 30-second shield at start of battle. And again, there's multiple different categories of champions, and they're all going to give you different synergies here with their bonds. They've also given us new quality of life tools, like a team damage calculator right here. As you see, I click the button, it is simulating, it is calculating, and it's going to give me an input. While in game, right, you have DPS meters that you can enable, so you can see how your champions are performing. After a match, you get a full post-battle report showing, okay, how much, did this guy contribute in damage? How much healing did this person contribute? How much did they tank? And again, my output, team damage, 5,700. Of course, I can try out a different team composition and do a recalculation. They've also got recommended team setups if you're looking for some help in strategizing. They've added multiple new game modes, including Ancestral Ruins over here, which it's sort of like a roguelite. You're progressing through fighting different challenges. You can kind of pick your path as you're doing so, and after every battle, you're able to pick a card to buff your team composition here. You can see what cards I've selected so far as I've been progressing along. There's also the Infinite Realm roguelite mode they added. There's the Cosmic Expedition mode, which is basically made so that you can use all of your heroes. Every hero gets a chance to shine. There's also a new Planner Expedition. This is for when you join a guild. You'll want to join a guild. It's guild versus environment gameplay. They've made other improvements to alliance play as well. For those who used to play, the commission system is gone. No more grinding daily tasks to earn your login rewards. Now you just log in, get the reward. They've added difficulty scaling to dungeons for those who really want to test themselves. They've reworked the Fey Realm into a passive progression system that rewards consistent play. They've streamlined the campaign story. They've added auto navigation as well. So if you want to just click a button and have your character go to the next quest point, you can do that. That said, I think it's still a good idea to go around and explore on your own, because you're going to miss all the little hidden puzzles and all that loot that you can get. Across your characters, you can now equip more than 1 mythic item per character. This allows for many more build opportunities. They've completely reworked how rally heroes work. They now have dynamic ultimates that depend on how many rally stacks you have. So while this game does let you kind of put your army into auto mode, autoplay, if you're the type to really want to take control and selectively use your ultimates when you want to, this rally kind of hero is going to really reward that kind of gameplay. They've also added a new season journey, which gives you specific quests to complete in order to unlock champions or mythic items or other rewards. And now from season to season, there's no more hard resets. You can carry over with you your exploration progress, your alliance membership, as well as up to 4 pieces of legendary or mythic gear. Now, once you start playing, you can earn 650 free summons within your first month. And the Account Appraisal Evaluator actually doesn't just apply if you're a returning player. If you've played other kinds of games as well, like Raid Shadow Legends or Watcher of Realms or King Arthur Legends Rise or others, you can take screenshots and submit them, and it's going to kind of judge what kind of player you are, how good you are, to determine how many free summons to start you off with. Now, once you've done the appraisal, you're going to get a rating. Once you have that rating, you're going to be able to either join or create an adventure team, sort of a mini guild just for this event. Then as you play and progress, you and your adventure team are going to unlock rewards. Plus, as we said, just for daily login rewards for a full month, you're going to get free champions, you're going to get Heliolite dice, mythic artifacts, legendary heroes. Plus, there's also invited friend bonuses if you guys get other people to play. I'm going to refrain from using that myself. Kind of feels like cheating. And that's going to wrap up this video, folks. Once again, we're going to thank Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring this video and remind you to click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to download Dragonheir and try it out for yourselves.